Hey there guys, this is Centerline Reviews and I am your host, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Oscars. I'm going to explain to you the best picture category and what movies do and do not have any chance of winning. Because a lot of people say movie was snubbed, movie should have been nominated, but really a lot of these movies never had a chance to begin with. I'm not saying that's right, I'm just saying that's how the Oscars work. Take you guys through my list of my favorite movies of the year and show you all the stipulations that eliminate them from contention, and show you what movies were actually even in contention in the first place for these Academy Awards. So our first stipulation is if a movie is too big. If a movie is this big spectacle event that makes a ton of money, then 99% of the time, it's out. The thought process is, if a movie makes a lot of money, then maybe we'll let some of the smaller films win the awards and the acclaim. So if we look at the list, movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Captain America the Winter Soldier, The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies are all out. For now, Edge of Tomorrow stays in contention because that movie absolutely bombed. American Sniper is also exempt because it made all of its money after the Academy Award nominations came out. On the flip side of the movies that are too big to compete, you have the movies that are too small. Really, to be an Oscar consideration, you have to be somewhere in the middle, because big movies are out and small movies that can't afford a campaigning budget are out. Because if you don't know, the Oscars are really political and it's a lot about campaigning. And if you don't have the money to actually put together a solid campaign and get out copies of your movie for the voters, then really you have no chance. It's the difference between a movie that premieres at Sundance versus, say, at South by Southwest. Because even though I could argue South by Southwest might be a better film festival than Sundance, studios really don't look at it that way, and they go more towards those slightly bigger film festivals to find their independent films that they want for Best Picture. A great example of this is that my favorite movies of 2013 and 2014 each won one of these festivals. Short Term 12 won South by Southwest in 2013, and Boyhood won Sundance in 2014. And the difference is that Boyhood has been nominated for 6 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director, and Short Term 12 was nominated for nothing. Even though both have a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, there is this big divide based on just the size of the movie. So going back to the list, Locke, Startup, The Guest, What If, Copenhagen, Enemy, the Veronica Mars movie, and Wish You Were Here are all eliminated from contention. Next, animated movies. The Academy gave them their own award just so they wouldn't have to nominate them for Best Picture anymore. So, sorry Lego Movie and sorry How to Train Your Dragon 2, but you never had a shot to begin with. Next we have foreign films, which foreign films are kind of iffy on their nomination status. I feel about one movie a year has a chance of getting into the Best Picture race, but that's only if either the movie builds a lot of momentum prior to the awards or is by a very acclaimed director. So, looking at the list, We Are the Best is gone. But looking at 2 movies that didn't make my list, Ida and Venison Fur, I would say that both of them would stay in contention because Ida, at least in small indie circles, built a lot of buzz about a lot of things and even gained a Best Cinematography nomination. And Venison Fur is directed by Roman Polanski, who has a working in industry for a long time, has a great reputation, except Venison Fur is also out because Roman Polanski is a pedophile. And even the Oscars have standards. The sci-fi action genre is almost always completely out of consideration. The only exceptions is when a movie is truly groundbreaking and revolutionary, like Star Wars or Gravity or Avatar. God, I fucking hate Avatar. Anyway, so Snowpiercer and Edge of Tomorrow are both out, and Interstellar stays in because it is not an action movie. So we've covered the major ones, but I'll cover a few smaller trends also. One thing, horror movies. Horror movies they've never had a chance. They will never, in history, have a chance. So, The Babadook is out. And transitioning into that is also Australian films. For whatever reason, Australian films will never be nominated for Best Picture, ever. They sometimes get some screenplay nominations or something, but The Babadook would be out again, and a movie that didn't make the list but was also very good, The Rover, would also be out of consideration. The NCAA rating system has been under a lot of scrutiny because generally it sucks and is corrupt. And a movie that gets an NC-17 rating has no chance at the Oscars. That is pure game over in every sense of the word. So talking about this year's Oscar race, Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac movies, both of those are out of contention, and neither of them are that good, so, I mean, it's not really much of a loss. But say last year when Blue is the Warmest Color, which is arguably a masterpiece of a movie, was eliminated because of its severe gratuity. And while I acknowledge the gratuity is kind of a detriment to the movie, I still think that it deserved its Best Picture nomination. And I'm aware it was not even qualified for Best Foreign Language Film because France did not choose it as their movie because of its gratuity. Quick one, comedies. If a movie is just a straight comedy, its only goal is to make you laugh, it's out. So 22 Jump Street, goodbye. And finally, we have the out there movies. What I mean by an out there movie are the ones that are experimental or different or try something new and kind of interesting. The Academy hates that. Best example is 2001: A Space Odyssey was not nominated for Best Picture, which seems unfathomable today. So movies like Interstellar, Under the Skin, those two are out, and that rounds out our current list. So our remaining movies, we have Boyhood, Nightcrawler, Whiplash, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Birdman, Gone Girl, Selma, The Imitation Game, and American Sniper. So if you look at this list in comparison to this year's Academy Award nominations, you will notice it is eerily similar, the only differences being Nightcrawler and Gone Girl. So in fairness, you can say Nightcrawler and Gone Girl were snubbed if you want to, because they were actually in contention. I will note that I have yet to see The Theory of Everything, so I can't comment on its quality. So that's our list. You guys are more than welcome to take these tips and apply them to your own favorite films list and see, what contended. This has been Centerline Reviews. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.